1. I'm John Miglosh for the WDMA and the International Society for Strategic Marketing. Thanks for joining me today. I see we have some people along for the ride. I just found a news item this morning saying that we got a new deal with Canada and Mexico. And that Justin Trudeau says it's a great deal for everybody. And that is cool, because I heard that Mexico was starting to get on board, and I listen to Scott Adams every day, and he said that that Mexico playing along will put some pressure on Canada. But NAFTA has been around for 24 years, so it's almost as old as my kids. And, how much in the world, it's only in government that we start a program and we leave it alone for 25 years. So anyway, it's gotten redone, and I think that makes a little sense. The internet didn't even exist. Cell phones didn't exist, I don't think, or at least smartphones certainly didn't, but I don't even think cell phones did. So say hello down there. I'm actually watching, say something. I'm watching the Twitter feed, or the Periscope feed, so if you comment, I can see it, or I can try to see it. Anyway, so I just wanted to alert you that they got a deal. And everybody says it's good for both sides. Everybody is happy with it. And I don't know what, it seemed like it took like 3 months. Nothing. Okay, but today I ran across this from Target Marketing. Where are you going with your Just Do It campaign? And this was written a week ago or something. And that got me thinking. And I had it in the archive that I wanted to talk about it because, I think the right to protest, the right to free speech is one of the, Justin Peterson says it's the fundamental right, that if you can't say stuff, then you can't worship and you can't organize and you can't do much of anything. And so it's not like he was blowing up buildings or anything. It was perfectly fine. I think he underestimates the adaptation that the NFL defenses made after he had a great year. They figured out, just bird dog him and make sure he can't run, and that was kind of it for him. So if he were Aaron Rodgers, he would be playing no matter what he's had to say, I think. But guys like Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers don't say as much as they may think because they get it, I think, also. But that's America, You make your choices. Like the Nike ad says, you take your stand, even if it costs you everything. Well, yeah, it may have. We don't know. But you can't evaluate. And that's what I want to talk about next. I want to talk about the Nike ad campaign. This guy has Shiv Gupta has three theories. One theory is that Nike is psychic and just got it right, and that this was brilliant to take a has-been quarterback, social rights advocate, and give him a platform. Okay, so that may be, and he argued that the stock was up. Okay, so the stock is up. Well, this was a couple weeks ago when he wrote the ad. Theory 2 is that Nike's going to do a new ad with somebody conservative on there also achieving greatness, or maybe even achieving greatness. I don't think Kaepernick is going to make it into the Hall of Fame, at least not, maybe as a commentator. Bob Uecker got in the Baseball Hall of Fame, and I think he deserves it for being a commentator. So, whatever. And the third one was that Nike just decided that it had a large portion of customers that it didn't like, and that's possible too. And here this author says some companies do publicly make claims like Chick-fil-A and LL Bean, and then maybe sometimes take it back. I don't know. Hobby Lobby did, Don't know. But let's just take a second to analyze it. First, I thought this was interesting. Bloomberg had an article that said Kaepernick campaign created $43 million in buzz for Nike. And I've seen estimates of $35 million and other things like that. And I think that's probably, there's some truth in that. Okay, I'm pretty sure that there was some benefit to the, I'm trying to make sure it's all in there. I don't know. Every time you come in in the morning, these things change shape and size. Okay, but, as far as the protest costing him everything, the first, as far as I could tell, the first time he protested was in 2016. So in a sense, he was protesting the Obama administration, not Trump. And it was in a preseason game with the Packers where he was 2 for 6 for 14 yards. He'd been off for about a year with injuries and stuff. And so I think that had more to do with him not playing, but maybe they didn't feel he was positive in the locker room. I try to explain that to my kids. There's the reasons that they'll tell you, and then there's the reasons. I got fired once because I worked too much. And the other employees resented it, that I thought I was better. I was better. Thank heaven. My next job, I was a marketing consultant. Anyway, so they figure that 11 million was negative, about 19 million was positive, and about 14 million was neutral. Okay, that's where we get the 14 million. And, if you can do an ad campaign that gets you 43 million in free advertising, what I was trying to figure out was how much they spent on the deal, on the advertising. My guess is that a big ad budget is, $100 million or something. I know that gets people's attention. For Nike, that's, valued at 38 billion or something, I would guess it was, $1 billion of advertising. So really, 43 million is a drop in the bucket. You might be better off with your with just saying what you want to say and not trying to milk, the free ads. I did work for Musician's Friend, and they came out with different books for different musicians. So we had a drummer book, and we had a bass guitar book, and we had a DJ book, and a regular guitar book. And they sold ads to the drum companies and to the electronic, amplifiers and all that. And but one of the guys there said something really profound. He said, we generated 6 million or something in ad sales, but we can't let 6 million in ad sales dictate how we run a $500 million company. That was just a $500 million company. And I think it was a mistake. I mean, it wasn't a mistake. That's a little strong. What happened was we had a very difficult time making the drummers buy drums in the drum catalog. We seem to sell more guitars in the drum catalog and more drums in the guitar catalog. People are funny that way. When you actually track stuff, you'll scratch your heads. And that's why most people don't make good decisions with data, because the data doesn't support good decisions. It's mostly a toss-up. And I would argue that this is also. I did get a kick out of it. Former CIA Director John Brennan and Iran's former president, whatever, said that they really liked the ad. The problem I had with the ad is, I'm a short, slow, white guy who really wanted to play in the NBA as a kid. And I'm glad the Nike ad didn't run when I was a kid, because I might have just committed my life to the NBA, and I had no chance. I mean, I couldn't even make the high school. I did make the high school, my freshman year. But, I just didn't get playing time and stuff, so I took up skiing. And I think that there's a balance in life somewhere, I never wanted to be a women's gymnast, and I think women who want to play in the NFL, even in the PGA, where there's no ban or anything, you can play if you want. If you can qualify. There's just strict rules on qualifying. People are different. We all have strengths and weaknesses. I think one principle is find something that you are pretty good at and do it, or that you can get paid at and do it. I'm not sure it's follow your passion or follow your love or follow your dream, but, if you're good at it, do it. Okay? So what happened to Nike stock? Nothing. This is September. It went up a little. And if we look at 5 years, I looked at every September for the last 5 years, and a couple of them went up real much, and a couple of them went down real much. And this one is just kind of along on the what are we calling it? Trump bubble or something? That the market's been up. I didn't see anything really. I didn't even see a bump from it. And that's what I wanted to kind of finish up with. In direct marketing, if you spend $50 million, I think you'd get a bump. I think we could get you a bump. I would pretty much take that bet. Double or nothing. I will bet you my services to generate a real bump. Because with Lovesac, we went from 50 million to 100 million in 3 years. as we focused more and more on direct marketing techniques. You can't tell what's going on in mass media, social. There's no bump. Have a great day. I'm John Miglosh. Oh, hit like and share. Remember, not just measurement, testing,